The TR tilt hitch coupler utilizes the patented Torlite actuator, which makes for easy servicing and reassembly of actuator parts. The following video outlines the steps required to carry out replacement and assembly of the Torlite actuator seals. We recommend that you have the following tools and personal protective equipment on hand for servicing and assembly of the Torlite actuator. Safety eyewear, gloves and footwear, adjustable spanner, soft mallet, torque wrench, flathead screwdriver, half-inch drive socket set, half-inch drive hex sockets, seal installation tools, lubrication such as clean hydraulic oil, a means to lift the hitch such as an overhead gantry or crane. To begin the seal assembly process, tilt the unit completely to one side to allow access to the cylinder being serviced. This video demonstrates the seals being assembled on an upside-down unit. Lubricate and assemble both nitrile O-rings onto the urethane ring as shown. Then insert the assembled urethane ring into the cylinder body recess, taking care the O-rings remain in place and are not pinched. The assembled urethane ring should be slightly under flush with the face of the cylinder body when correctly inserted. Next, insert the steel seat ring and urethane O-ring on top of the urethane ring. Ensure the urethane O-ring is located correctly inside the steel seat ring. Next, fit the wiper seal into the cylinder gland. Make sure the seal is oriented correctly with the wiper lip facing outwards as shown. Use hydraulic oil to lubricate the seal and gland for ease of fitment. Next, fit the U-seal or pressure seal inside the cylinder gland, ensuring correct orientation. The seal lips or energized side of the pressure seal should face toward the flat side of the cylinder gland as shown. Work the seal so it sits correctly into its groove. Use hydraulic oil to lubricate the seal and gland for ease of fitment. Next, fit the wiper seal into the gland cap. This seal can be a little tricky to get in place, so we recommend lubrication and patience. Use of a seal installation tool may aid the process. Note the orientation of the seal is such that the seal lip faces inwards, not outwards, which is typical to a wiper seal in application. Ensure the seal is seated correctly in its groove. Next, slide the gland cap over the cylinder gland, ensuring correct orientation and that the wiper seal inside the gland cap seats correctly around the cylinder gland. Both the inside faces of the cylinder gland and the gland cap should be fairly flush with one another when installed correctly. Next, slide the assembled cylinder gland and gland cap, ensuring correct orientation. Use lubrication and a rubber mallet if necessary for ease of fitment. When correctly oriented, the gland should slide easily over the cylinder rod by hand or with a gentle tap of a rubber mallet. Do not use excessive force if fitment is difficult. Remove the gland, realign, and retry sliding over the cylinder rod. Next, insert the tail end of the cylinder rod into the cylinder body and loosely locate the fixed end of the cylinder rod to its corresponding mounting plate. Secure the fixed end of the cylinder rod to the mounting plate with 4 cap screws, accessed from the opposite side. You may have to hold and adjust the position of the cylinder rod to align the mounting holes. Torque cap screws to the required torque specification. Next, gently slide the cylinder gland assembly onto the cylinder body, ensuring the steel seat ring and urethane O-ring do not become dislodged. Use a soft mallet if required. Secure the gland cap to the cylinder body with 8 cap screws, ensuring to fasten incrementally. Ensure gland cap seats correctly onto the cylinder body. The gland cap should sit flat on the cylinder body as the cap screws are incrementally fastened. Torque cap screws to the required torque specification. Lastly, insert the wedge plate under the fixed end of the cylinder rod and secure with 2 cap screws, fastening incrementally. Torque cap screws to the required torque specification. Repeat the assembly procedure for the opposite cylinder of the Torlite actuator unit. Once both cylinders of the actuator are fully assembled, conduct a pressure test by connecting the unit via the smart valve connection points to a suitable hydraulic power pack, capable of at least 3,500 psi. Do not test the unit by bypassing the smart valve, as damage to the unit may occur. Actuate the unit to a maximum tilt in one direction and continue to hold pressure for at least 10 seconds. Check the corresponding cylinder and seals for leaks. Repeat the check for the opposite cylinder by actuating the unit to a maximum tilt in the opposite direction. Actuate the unit multiple times in both directions to test the actuator moves freely throughout its entire range of movement.